Hello and welcome to another episode of Dark Future Dice. My name is Pat and I'm joined by, as always, Lindsay.
I summon neck like brrr.
And Titus.
Reunited and it feels so right.
You had one. Good.
Yes.
I know.
All right,
It wasn't great, but
It was something.
we're back. Thank you everybody for sticking with us. Hope you enjoyed the Dark Future Dissection. If you haven't listened to that already, that's where we went over the last campaign, or book one as we're calling it, and talked about behind the scenes and everything like that. And now we're going to get into the prologue for the next book that we're doing, and connect that book with this book. That is the plan. So hope you enjoy it. Me and Lindsay have very little idea what's coming. We're really excited. And another update is that we're using Roll20.
oh yeah. Okay, well, we're using Roll20, and so bear with us. It might be a little awkward, but if you want to see the images that we made for the campaign, you can watch it. We're going to put up the stream we recorded of us playing Roll20 on our YouTube channel.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an unedited version, so it's a little rougher, but
Yeah. If you can imagine something rougher than this.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get right into it. We'll start with you, Barb.
Oh.
You are on the deck of Chinwei's bar. And everything is as it was from when we last left you,
Right.
except nobody's there. You're still on the ground, completely paralyzed.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, it feels as if one thought is being replaced by another memory as it kind of glitches in. And you can feel the deck give way underneath you, and you begin to sink into a glitchy nothingness.
Oh no.
And you can see pieces of debris and bodies coming down from the top of the ocean floor that you are now underneath at different speeds. And everybody is kind of has no anatomical features and just blank, expressionless faces as these bodies pass by you. And they all seem to come together into a round ball
Okay.
as the gravity brings it all together.
Oh.
A gravity that doesn't seem to follow the normal constraints of our world. And you are also being drawn into that gravity and into that ball. And you can see the people start to come apart as their muscles and veins striate into thin tendrils. And that ball wraps together,
Oh no.
and you're falling into that ball.
No. Get me away.
And one particular figure comes down next to you who does have a face and an appearance, and it's Callista Maddox. And she grabs onto you as you can feel everything sort of pulling you. She's trying to like almost pull you out of this mound. And she's calling to you. And even though you're in this glitching nothingness with debris and everything around you, she's still acting as if she's underwater. And instead of words coming out of her mouth, it's just air pockets. And she's calling to you, and she's calling to you, until you realize that you're not in Chinwei's bar, and you wake up on the patrol boat for PetroChem,
Oh, great.
and it was all a dream.
Yeah. Okay, now I'm not surprised. Yeah. PetroChem.
We'll jump over to you, DP.
That's my name, yeah.
Yeah. You're being held in a place called NAVFAC, which is the naval facility that PetroChem uses to operate out of the area. You're fairly close to San Diego, where you were, where our last adventure happened. But you've been transported over to these Channel Islands and to this like holding cell, and you're thinking about what happened at the end of the last campaign and how you haven't seen any of those people since you were all separated and taken by PetroChem. And that was 5 months ago.
No.
You've been in this holding facility, essentially an escrow. You have never been formally charged. You know that everyone else ended up in this facility, but you were all separated. The women were taken to the women's ward. You know that Barb was held in solitary confinement, and that you were separated into your own ward, and you've been living this kind of shitty existence under, PetroChem's thumb without ever being charged for anything for 5 months. You haven't even been outside. But today, you're being released. And you're sitting there in the waiting room in your prisoner's clothes, waiting for your name to be called. And someone's just calling out, Michaels, Roberto Michaels. Roberto Michaels.
Oh my God, that's me. Yes, that is me. I'm Roberto Michaels.
Yeah, right.
At your service.
So apparently, you were, you didn't have your actual ID on you. You only had the fake ID that Sleazy Chan gave to you. Mm-hmm. They kept saying that they were going to question you, but they never did. You know what I mean? You were just moved back and forth in this, as it seemed like they didn't really know what to do with you, and this place was overcrowded. You're being released today, and all you know is that someone's here to pick you up. So you get in line, and the person hands you a box of your stuff. And most of it's missing.
What's missing?
Well, you don't have the weapon.
Oh, my hand cannon.
Oh, like you really used that.
I did blow off a few heads with it, yes.
Your clothes are still soaked in blood from 5 months ago, and
Ew.
that blood has become caked. They never washed it.
Yeah.
Your mirror shades are fine.
Oh, thank God.
The cell phone or any other electronics that you had were destroyed in the EMP blast.
Even my goggles?
Yeah.
God damn it. I used those about 2 times.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
You made a sound
What about
for
my
it, too.
my jacket's still...
It's disgusting, like I said.
But I got it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's good. All right. I'd say to them, like, where's my piece? Where's my gun?
We confiscated it.
Cool. So how do I fill out a form or something to get it back, or maybe
A PetroChem soldier stands into line and is like, "Move it."
Fine. What's your name, sir?
Here we go.
Okay. His name is Jeremy.
Jeremy. I spent 5 months in this hole.
I don't care.
Yeah?
Do you want to spend more time there?
No.
Then get out of here.
All right. Good. He rolled a 10 on that persuade. I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
He didn't really, for the
Right.
listeners. I was just joking. But yeah, I'm gonna go. All right, fine.
Okay.
But you know what? Take care of that gun,
Still talking.
asshole. And I walk out.
We won't. We threw it away.
Oh, what? Into the gun garbage?
Just the regular garbage.
Oh, that's not responsible. All right. All right. Okay, bye. I guess I get my stuff and I get out of there.
Okay. You find your way to the parking lot, and you eventually see someone that you recognize, but it's a little unusual. It's a man named Benny Hanna. He works for the Syndicate, which is a criminal organization that was sort of way above yours. He is essentially like your boss's boss.
Okay.
Although not quite like a direct line, more that they worked under. You're sort of the gang that you belong to worked under the Syndicate, and
Right.
the Syndicate represented more of the legitimate side of things. Still corrupt, but they were the public face of things. It's very unusual that he would be here right now, but you do recognize him, and he waves over to you.
I go over.
Okay.
I say,
He's like, well, you look like shit.
yeah, I mean, I haven't had a chance to touch up my hair or, Hey, well, I mean, thanks for getting me and everything. Ben? Can I call you Ben?
No.
No.
Benny.
Anna. Benny? All right.
Sure.
I mean, I like Benny better.
Benny?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, not to look a gift horse in the mouth or anything, but like, what are you doing here?
All I know is that I'm taking you to see Big Kai. He wants to talk to you.
Big Kai wants to talk to me.
Yeah. That is the appropriate response because he's Benny Hanna's boss. So this is way up the ladder.
Cool. My boss's boss's boss wants to talk to me.
A lot of things have changed since you kind of vanished and reappeared.
Yeah, I mean, I leave a big hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah.
I mean, like, my absence is usually felt pretty hard.
Okay.
Because I'm a Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
You know that.
I mean,
Roberto Michaels, right?
I don't know what you're talking. Oh, yeah. The fake name
Yeah.
you're under?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, I like your confidence. You're going to need that when you go to talk to Big Kai because he definitely wants to talk to you about what went down.
Okay, yeah. I mean,
All right.
what
Let's talk
what
in the
part
car.
of it? Okay, sure.
And by car, I, of course, mean Aerodyne. Benny Hanna has top-of-the-line sports Aerodyne.
Yeah, he would.
And he pops inside it. And you're not wearing your jacket, right?
No, I'm wearing.
You're still wearing
the
the
prison
prison
clothes because I just don't want to get in that. It's all gross and stuff.
Yeah. And he wouldn't let you get into his car with that on. Okay, great.
I just have it. I assume in like a box or a crate or something.
Yeah. Just a box. Like, I guess one of those, like, when you leave you're fired and you leave your office and you get those filing boxes, the
Yeah.
box with paper boxes.
Yeah.
That's what your stuff's in.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
You can put that in the back.
Okay, so I do that, and then I get in the car, and I like just kind of like when you get in someone's car and you just kind of like don't know where to put your arms because it's like all too nice. I'm kind of just like moving around a lot and being like trying to put my arms on my own, but then I look like I'm too like withdrawn.
Yeah.
And I cross my arms too much, so then I'm like, and then I kind of overcompensate by being like, can I put on the radio? Is that okay? Like, but this thing has a killer sound system.
We actually don't get many radio stations out here.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, what about
Yeah.
like, you got any cassettes in here or any tunes?
Yeah, okay, sure.
Sweet.
What do you put on?
I put on.
He's got a large collection.
He's got a large collection.
Yeah, so you can kind of decide. We were talking about this earlier, how I didn't really know. I couldn't imagine the music in this world. So what do you put on?
I put on Stan, the Man Band, who is a one-man band.
A one-man band.
A one-man band.
So
But
you're in your boss's Aerotime on your way to meet his boss.
But he does it in a cool way. Like he has keyboards.
I've never seen a one-man band be done in a cool way.
He has like digital keyboards strapped to his like chest.
Oh.
And then has like his shoes have like triggers in them that when you stomp, it makes like drum sounds.
Right.
And then, so it's like digital one-man band.
like that, like-
but it's still kind of novelty stuff.
It's like Body Talk.
Body talk.
Never heard of that?
No.
Yeah, it's like a toy from the 90s or 80s where you just slapped yourself. You know.
It's a more sophisticated version of that. But it is
okay.
it
And
is
this
a
is
novelty
cool.
thing. No, it's not.
No.
I just kind of saw it out of the mix of stuff, and I was like, he has kind of bad taste in music, and I was just like, ugh, no, top 40, no.
Right.
And then I saw that one, I was just like, that seems weird. Let's put on that.
Okay. I don't imagine this makes things more comfortable. But he takes off. I guess he's not upset. He had that cassette, so
Yeah. I may be playing it a little bit too loud.
all right.
Just to kind of break the awkward silence. And then I realized I have things I want to ask him.
Okay.
Like what I was asking him earlier, which is, what exactly, I'm kind of yelling over the music. What exactly,
He turns it down.
oh
so
yeah,
you don't
good
yell.
idea. What exactly does he want to talk about as like to do with that mission? Because that was more of like a solo thing that I was doing, you know? I mean, I'm a fixer, but you know what I mean? Like that was kind of an entrepreneurial task that I had taken on for myself. So I'm kind of like concerned as to like what he thinks it has to do with, you know, the larger picture. You guys are obviously not really involved in my kind of small time stuff, so
To be honest, I don't actually know. I'm just here to pick you up. I guess if the boss wants to see you, something either really good or really terrible.
cool.
And as you say this, you kind of get the Aerodyne leaves the kind of hangar, and the sky looks a lot clearer than you remember it. Mm-hmm. And the water looks a lot less purple than you remember it. And I guess I'm going to catch you up on some description because you saw that as you were having this long conversation and listening to the Body Talk band.
Stan the one-man band.
Stan the
Man the one-man band.
Stan the Man the one-man band.
I think is what I
Really
called it.
rolls off the tongue. Yeah. You see something very unusual, and you kind of realize that what you're looking at is the Chromotech disaster site. But what's unusual is that it's out of the water. Not entirely, but it's like peeking out of the water. Not the ground of it, but the buildings. The top of it are coming out. And you can see these kind of smaller biplanes dusting it with something. And it's a lot larger than maybe I described it in the past campaign. I said over 300 people died in the accident, and that's still true, but I guess redact to a lot more than 300.
Okay, I guess I say to him, "Whoa, this is different than how I kind of pictured in my head. I didn't know it was at this scale."
Mm-hmm.
What do you know? Like, what happened here?
What happened 3 years ago, or what happened while you were locked up?
Yeah, second one.
Well, I mean, you guys were locked up in February. And pretty much right afterwards, Biotechnica made a humongous breakthrough in the cleanup efforts. And they did something that no one expected them to do. And they followed through with the cleanup efforts. They developed some kind of nano enzyme. And basically, the area's been contained to just right around the disaster site now.
Gotcha.
All of this area has been cleared for human habitation. And I'm actually going to take you to one of those islands right now.
Okay. Cool. It is safe though, right?
I mean, they say it's safe.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's basically all as good as we get these days, I guess.
Okay, let's return to Barb now. You are in the brig of this patrol vessel. It's smaller than the sort of fleet of the destroyers that PetroChem usually uses. But it's still about a 5-man vehicle and armed. And from what you understand, you were supposed to be released today. But they have gone rogue and have decided to trade you to Militech.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No.
So one of the soldiers is telling the other one to get you ready for the exchange. And the other one's coming up to the brig now to collect you. But they do something unusual. They peel back the armor on their wrist, and you can see a very badly scarred wrist. But also the symbol of the storm tattoo that you've seen before on the Daughters of the Storm. And the guard motions to their helmet in a sort of where their face would be, as in, keep quiet about this.
Okay.
And they're going to let you out of the brig now.
All right.
And they give you a life vest, and you can see them take an extra submachine gun.
Well, that's a bit much. Okay.
And I should mention, all of your belongings have also been taken from you, except for the one thing that you fought tooth and nail to hold on to, your harmonica.
My harmonica? What?
Yeah, it's the most valuable.
Not even my monofilament nail blade.
Check your character sheet.
That is your cyberware. It's still on you, but it has been deactivated.
Okay.
They've just kind of gone in there and switched it off, so you can't use it. But it hasn't been taken out of you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, your harmonica, which you cannot play.
No.
So I kind of imagine that, like, I mean, it's up to you, but I guess when I read that, what I imagined is that you kind of sat there in solitary confinement and just kind of, like, blew notes. No, you actually moved it around. I thought you were just, okay, you explore that. So I should mention they tried really hard to get that harmonica away from you.
No, if I'm going to be miserable, they're also going to be miserable.
Okay, nice. So, they, this PetroChem soldier puts cuffs on you, but you can feel that they're incredibly loose. So they're just on you, but one quick pull, and they'll come right off.
Yeah.
And you're taken up to the deck to get ready for the exchange. And when you come up there, a bit of a scene is unfolding. Another PetroChem soldier has a megaphone and is shouting at a little tugboat that's kind of in the area blocking the way. And you're also very close to the ruins of the arcology, although they're kind of in the distance. And you're more right next to this kind of desolate, forgotten oil rig that hasn't been used. And I'm going to need you to roll your combat sense.
Okay. 4.
That's enough. Yeah. What you notice, it kind of all comes back to you at once because you remember this. This is an old pirate trick. You see that the winch from that tugboat is kind of up and to something and out of view that's up on the oil rig. And you know that this is a trick, one that your family used many times to kind of take out larger boats when they needed to, and you know to kind of brace for impact.
Yeah.
The tugboat suddenly takes off very quickly. The winch tightens, and a crate that was above, hidden out of sight, on the oil rig, comes crashing down into the front of the boat. And that kind of takes out the deck and the 2 crew members that were there.
I see.
At the back of the boat.
Back.
At the front of the boat.
Or
At the front of the boat.
Yeah. You're at the back
Yeah.
on this kind of raised deck. And you can see the deck below you, which is more just kind of, it's not like a full deck. It's more just like a bit of a raised platform. And you can see there is a pontoon dinghy boat there.
Yeah.
1 PetroChem soldier there. And then there's another one that's kind of on the side.
Yeah.
And
So 2 left. Two that are
To
left
my
alive.
left.
2 that are left alive. And you can feel the submachine gun being slipped into your hand by the PetroChem soldier that brought you up here.
All right.
And what do you do?
I guess I go left. What are those like solar panels up there? I want to go to like the top level.
So the top level has that crate on top of it.
Oh, okay. So I
Like
can't
crushing
go there.
down on it.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's actually a good point. I should have made you make a athletics roll, but you were fully prepared for it. So we'll say that you saw that one coming and you handled it fine. And so did the PetroChem soldier that was next to you because they were also expecting it. But the other 2 were not. And anything at this point is a surprise attack.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe I'll go around like down and behind the corner there on that like the next level, like behind the wall. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah. Right.
Then I guess I'd be looking. Would I be looking up at that soldier?
Yes.
Okay. Do they see me?
Yes.
Yeah, they see me.
They see you, but they are distracted by the fact that this crate has come down and crushed 2 of their compatriots.
Okay, I think I'm gonna fire around at them.
Just 1, or are you gonna unleash submachine gun fury?
I kind of want to save ammo just in case. So maybe just 1 round for now. I have to be precise though.
So they are fully armored. 1 round may not do it.
Okay, so maybe I'll just open.
Okay.
See anything cool when you unload on them?
Not really. I'm just kind of like, this is an opportunity
I'm
I
gonna
didn't
take
think
the
I'd get,
opportunity.
so I'm not gonna be an asshole about it.
All right. I mean, they're shredded.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd imagine. Okay.
What'd she roll?
A lot of damage. A lot of little rolls
shrapnel
of
damage.
yeah. All over the body. And yeah. I didn't even make you roll because you're a +6 for surprise.
Yeah.
So
Oh, okay.
point blank range.
Yeah, it's gonna do it.
You're just filling that tiny little area. So the other PetroChem soldier, the one that was with you, moves to one of the manned machine guns and unloads on the other PetroChem soldier that is next to the pontoon boat.
At the back of the boat.
Yeah.
At the back of the boat. At the
Aft.
Is
Of
that
the
what
boat.
it's
That is
called?
correct,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh,
Mhm.
good one.
And that PetroChem soldier is even more paced because this is a full submachine gun.
Yeah.
And you're out of combat. They are
Dead.
they're turkey meat right
Yeah.
now. But the boat is sinking,
Right. Yeah.
and that PetroChem soldier, the one that's alive, the one that helped you out, is moving to the boat.
Yeah. Gonna move to that boat too, I think.
You push the dinghy boat off of this thing. The PetroChem soldier drops a sort of satchel that they were carrying before you leave. and you drop into the water. And when you're adequately away, a thermite charge goes off on the satchel charge. And instead of, it's not really an explosion, it's like an incredible heated flame that just cuts through the aft of this ship. And the ship is just sinking that much more quickly. The tugboat pulls around, and you see a sight that takes you a minute, because it almost seems like you're looking at yourself from 4-5 years ago, and you're pulled up onto the deck.
Okay.
And with this PetroChem soldier, and who you see is your youngest sister,
Yeah.
Roxandra.
Ah, she looks awesome.
You haven't seen her in, we'll say, since you were her age now. So she was basically a kid the last time you saw her, and now she's 16 years old.
Cool.
And also there is the man who raised you when your parents died in warfare, Uncle Grigor.
Okay.
An old stern man who doesn't say very much. He has one dead eye and another one that doesn't point in any particular direction.
A dead eye and a lazy eye.
A dead eye and a lazy eye. But, he took care of you after your parents left and you were exiled from your pirate fleet.
Cool.
And there's another woman that you don't recognize who's also on this tugboat. Roxandra comes up to you and Grigor says, "No. First decontamination, then hugging."
Okay.
And the last thing that happens before we move on is the PetroChem soldier takes off their helmet, and it's Greta.
What? Greta? Really?
I always pictured Greta as a redhead.
Redhead, yeah.
She's
Really?
Yeah.
That's so weird. 'Cause
Yeah.
I pictured Callista Maddox as a blonde, and you drew her with red hair.
Yeah.
So
Well, yeah, it was supposed to be like more pink, but like I guess the colors could look more red.
back to DP. You've kind of passed over, well, not directly over, but you've sort of moved it along the side of this disaster zone. And that sort of dust that has come on, that was sort of dropped onto it, kind of fizzles up, almost like it's baking soda being dropped into vinegar. It bubbles. Have you ever seen that happen?
Yeah.
Like a volcano. It bubbles up, and then it hardens, and you can see this kind of fleet of junky ships kind of moving towards that foam now. And you're kind of, I'll give to give you a sense of where you are. You're kind of now cresting like a larger island that's kind of at the end of this ruined arcology. And you see something that you haven't seen in a long time, and that's just at the sort of peak, as you can kind of see the other side of this island. You see these like splotches of green, almost like stuff's growing here again.
Wow.
And as you sort of pass over this and you see more and more of them, you kind of find this bay that is as the sort of like island comes down into sort of a flatter part, and a sort of natural bay is created. And the Aerodyne is landing in the sort of more populous area of this bay city, we'll call Avalon, so I don't have to keep coming up with, things for it. Although maybe you don't know that yet.
Right.
And you land into sort of Metropole, which is the area that is the most populous, and construction is all around you. It seems like this place has kind of two modes. It's either a sort of forgotten resort town that is in disrepair, or it's large buildings that are being erected and are only halfway up there, the sort of skeletons of these things. And there's cranes all around. This place is kind of being built as you land into it. Kind of like Toronto, where we live.
Yeah, constantly in
Constantly, but like...
Sorry if you hear that, by the way. There's construction right outside.
Yeah, really.
I turn to Benny and I go, hey, Benny, where are we?
This is Avalon, baby. Welcome to paradise. That's the pitch here.
Cool. I mean,
Okay.
might need to work on the follow-through after the pitch.
I mean, it's not me. That's what they say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pass it along, I guess.
What would you suggest for that follow-through?
I mean, having it look like paradise would be one. I appreciate that there's like green. I haven't seen that in a while.
I know. What are you asking for
Yeah.
exactly?
I just not a construction site, I guess.
Well,
Basically.
it's going to be paradise in a couple years.
Oh, okay. Cool. Be cool to see it then, I guess.
And you land on an Aerodyne platform in something that is kind of between those two structures that I mentioned. It has the facade of the sort of old resort town. But then the center of it's been hollowed out and it's been built up. So
Right.
it's like a modern building that is kind of in the middle with a sort of old school facade.
Yeah.
And that is the hotel, the Old Metropole. And you are being taken to a room in the Old Metropole, room 213. And it's on the lower floor, and it still has a lot of that kind of old world charm. It's very ornate, doesn't really fit in with the kind of, IKEA aesthetics of the future.
Right.
There's still, it has a lot of restored pieces of old furniture.
Like character.
Kind of classy.
Very classy. Something out of a different time. And there is, what you see is a sort of area where you could sit, coffee table. There's a data term, which is a kind of a newspaper that you can hold and read through, like a tablet, and a suit that's laid out.
Ooh. Do I sense a roll?
Oh, you
You're
can
coming.
smell it coming from a mile away.
I thought you were getting excited because it was going to be like fancy DP. But
No.
you're excited because I have to roll my wardrobe. Okay, great.
He says, you want a drink?
Yeah, sure. What do you got?
Artificial bourbon, we'll say. Synth bourbon.
Synth bourbon?
Yeah.
I'll have it on the rocks with a twist. That's how DP likes his bourbon.
Well, I'll get you a glass and you can make that yourself.
Sure.
Not a bartender. I am above you in this criminal organization. I'm going to need to take you to take that like
Take
a
it down
lot
a
more
peg.
seriously.
Yeah, I mean, you offered somebody a drink. It's kind of
Right.
you think that you're gonna get them the drink. It's fine. Yeah,
Right.
I'll go. Yeah,
I'll get you a drink.
yeah.
I'm not going to cocktail this for you, though. You know what I mean? I'm not going to do a little Coyote Ugly dance for you. I'm going to just I'll give you the drink.
Okay, there's limes though, right?
No.
Well, then there's no twist.
No.
Okay.
That's what I'm upset about.
I mean, I'm a little. It's fine. No, it's fine. You're good. I mean, we're all good here. I
don't know if we are. I mean,
Hey, Benny.
Yeah.
Look, I don't want to get off on the wrong foot here.
Neither do I.
So, I mean, it's just a manners thing. That's all. I mean, you say I'll get you a drink. It's just like I assume you're gonna get me the drink, and So it's kind of weird when you're like,
Yeah,
I'll get you the
but-
drink, but I'm not your bartender. It's like,
Right.
what's this weird half step that we're in here right now?
Well, I mean, it's like kind of like you come over to someone's house and they're like, "Can I get you something to eat?" And you're like, "Yeah, I'll have a fucking filet mignon." You know, like
you know what? Here's the thing.
I'll give you what I have lying around. You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna bust out. I'm not gonna Anthony Bourdain this for you. You know what I mean?
All right. Okay, let me come clean. Okay.
Yeah.
There is a tuxedo, there's a suit over there.
Yeah.
It's a fancy place. I felt like I gotta get some kind of persona going on and make myself fit into this. To be honest, I was compensating a little bit. All right, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you know.
I
All
just
right.
want.
Okay, I guess.
It's like people
It's a
always have
little-
like a strong drink order, and I never
Yeah.
have that. I just want to be
We'll
the
work
guy
on
that has like
right.
his
Can
order.
I come clean too?
Sure.
You know, I came to pick you up. I thought we could really hit it off, but you found the most fucking embarrassing cassette in my collection, started blasting it. I just, I really wanted this to feel cool, and it didn't.
I know. I mean,
And now we got to meet the boss, and I need you to like step it up for
right.
both of our
Okay,
sakes.
all right.
And I want to work with you. And if a drink order is gonna help, I can talk to the guy downstairs and see what they can send.
No, it's fine. I honestly don't even want the lemon or lime or whatever it is. I'll take the just artificial bourbon.
Yeah.
Straight up.
All right. Why don't you get cleaned up too?
Okay.
I got you this suit.
Okay.
You know.
But you got a
and
comb.
the hotel has stuff
cool,
in the bathroom.
Okay.
I'm sure you can find it.
Okay.
And work yourself out. Okay. Why
All
don't
right,
you get
off I
cleaned
go.
up? All right.
Okay. See you, Benny.
I'll be here.
Yeah.
You get cleaned up. Big Kai's coming here.
No, I'm
And
going to
then-
the bathroom. I'm not
Yeah.
changing in front of you.
Well,
That's
you don't
weird.
need to say see you.
I'll
Okay.
be like,
I get.
I'll be
Okay.
Okay.
Man, we're awkward.
Sorry.
All right, get in there. All right. You
Okay, go in
into
there.
the bathroom
And I go to I assume my
with the suit, right?
Yeah.
And the synth bourbon.
Yeah. And I assume my hair is kind of like awful right now.
The whole thing is bad. There's not a lot of skincare products or like
No. Yeah.
opportunities to kind of do anything.
DP has a dry skin issue. You know, like that's he's used to like humidity, and in there it was just like it was bad. I couldn't moisturize. So he's gonna put on some moisturizer.
Yeah.
He's gonna
He's
try
gonna
and get
shower
his
first, though,
Yes,
right? Yeah,
obviously
right.
shower, and he's gonna try and get his hair right.
Okay.
Which is just kind of like
I'm gonna obviously need you to make hygiene rolls for that and wardrobe and style, and these are like real high stakes stuff here. So, but I'm more interested in what's going on in your head.
Okay. So as DP is 2.
Okay, for your hygiene,
Okay, so
you
that,
did what you could. It wasn't great.
all right. I guess I got confused with the hotel soaps.
No, I guess more just like it's a bad situation.
don't tell me.
Double 2s.
Oh,
I don't know how that's even possible. I should just
No,
let you
you
roll my
did.
stuff on roll 20.
yeah. Well, you did.
really messed it up.
You didn't fumble, but man,
It's not good. I'm not looking great.
No.
So what's going on in his head, and this could explain a little bit of why he screwed up so much.
I guess you're now looking at you. You have taken the shower. You've done what you could. It wasn't great. You're in this suit. It doesn't feel comfortable. We'll say too.
Yeah.
And you're now looking in the mirror
He's not a suit guy.
with the synth bourbon.
Yeah.
And you're going to meet someone very high up in the criminal organization.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think here's the thing. What's going on in his head is that like he has dealt with these types in the past. Like he
not on the level of Big Kai.
No,
I
but
should
like
mention.
big
Yeah.
business types, people in government, like these. In his past, he had dealings with this kind of higher level, not like low level
Just to
street
fill
gangs.
this in too, yeah. Big Kai may be considered a legitimate businessman now, but he got up there on a pile of bodies.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess for him, it's kind of, for DP, it's kind of arcing back to those times when he was younger and rolling with these types of people. And he kind of is trying to like fit back in that zone that he was in before, where he was maybe having a little bit more success with his charm.
Right.
And all that kind of stuff. And he's just having a horrible time navigating that that kind of headspace. He can't fit right back into it. He's been spent a lot of time with Barb and doing a lot of like
Kind of opened
gang
up a little
stuff.
more. Yeah.
So
Maybe-
Barb is the one that brings
Well, I
you
mean,
down.
this is like-
there was some real emotions, I guess, that came out in the first campaign, and
Yeah.
you were more used to hiding that, I guess.
Yeah, and maybe having able to smooge a little bit and smooge. He just went through a whole thing where that went terribly, and he
Right.
was not able to pull it together charm wise. So he's at a pretty low confidence right now. Hence the like overcompensating, I guess, and also the like
He's
inability to
uncomfortable.
clean himself properly, do his hair, and put on a suit.
Okay, cool. All right. You exit out, I guess, eventually. You can't spend the whole day in the bathroom hiding. And after what feels like a fucking eternity of waiting, Big Kai shows up. And he's flanked by a character who I didn't put into roll 20.
That's okay.
It's a real,
Well,
like...
Big Kai's
yeah.
pretty impressive.
I should have
Jesus.
not... Yeah, okay, why don't you guys talk about Big Kai?
Yeah, he's one ugly motherfucker.
He's
God.
got big sunglasses.
The biggest. I think he's got the biggest of all of you.
Yeah.
That's how you know he's the biggest guy in organized crime.
He's got a kind of like a double chin thing going on, bald head, and kind of like his eyebrows like rest into that kind of like I'm angry.
Yeah,
face.
angry all the time.
Yeah,
face.
he has kind of like a latent intimidation where he
Yeah.
doesn't need to like make an intimidation check. He
No.
just intimidates naturally.
Yeah.
And this is going to be way less impressive. And, I should have done this in reverse order because there's also just a standard business
Okay.
guy.
Just a guy named Pierce.
Hey,
Guy named Pierce.
he's about stocks, clearly. With that infographic.
Everyone has I tried to make, just to clarify, I tried to give everyone like a unique kind of background that
yeah.
not necessarily unique if people are part of the same organization.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
have
yeah.
a similar
I get
background.
it.
And Pierce is a finance guy.
Sure.
Big
Okay.
Kai puts a briefcase on the coffee table. And Benny pours him a drink. With a twist. He will make one for his boss, but
He found a lime somehow.
Knew there were limes somewhere.
yeah. I guess he talked to the bartender and got that lime. Yeah, and Big Kai's just kind of, I guess, waiting for you to talk. In that kind of way that people have that power move sometimes, where they just kind of wait for you to, what do you
Okay.
have to say for yourself?
I just say, I look at him and I say, Big Kai, I mean, it's an honor to meet you. And,
I'm sure it is.
yeah, I mean, of course you're sure, right?
yeah.
Because you're Big Kai. You know that it's an honor to meet you, and you know my name, Dr. Pepper. I like to introduce myself. And
Pleasantries are important even in this day and age, right?
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
We can never forget that.
Never forget.
Yeah.
Never forget. What's up, Big Kai? Thanks, first of all, for getting me out of prison. Hated it in there.
Yeah.
That sucked. I'm so glad you found me. I'm really grateful.
I'm going to stop you there because I feel you're floundering. So maybe I'll get this conversation on track, all right?
Okay.
Essentially, there's been a lot of shakeup in our organizations. And in a kind of trade that went back and forth, I inherited your debt.
Oh, I mean, it gets
It
around.
was one of those bad things. It was part of the, negative category when he was like, will you also take this chuckle fucks, debt for me
Right.
in this trade? And so,
I mean,
yeah.
it's my dad's debt that it
It's
gets
yours.
around,
It is still yours.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair.
So, I wanted to talk about what exactly went down.
Which time?
I mean, the reason we're here.
Oh, yeah. The whole San Diego debacle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of one of those things where, I went in to do a job. Seemed pretty simple. Find a missing girl. And, a lot of stuff kind of just... I'm going to say that it was a lot of contributing factors made it kind of clear to me that we were set up in a lot of ways, and ultimately it kind of went to shit, I guess, is what kind of happened. And I mean, all the deals that I made kind of fell through.
Not all of them.
No?
Yeah. I mean...
You know something I don't?
What?
Because I, as far as I know, all the deals fell through.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
All right, well then let me tell you a story.
Okay.
Okay? Right before your incarceration, you, a 2-bit hustler with a mountain of debt and 1 foot in the grave, you become partner of a shell corporation. Some rinky-dink operation with no assets, nothing but paperwork and horseshit. A public company just sitting on the exchange with no investors. And Pierce hands you a paper. It's a stack of papers. And it's, your signature's on it. And it is the paperwork for being part. And you're listed as vice president of this corporation. And
okay.
Any questions before I continue? Not to him, because he's going to just keep talking, but you do have that paperwork in front of you.
So does it say Dr. Pepper, vice president? Or does it say Keanu Maui, vice president?
It says Keanu, quotes, Dr. Pepper Maui,
Okay.
vice president.
Okay. What's the name of the company?
I mean, so some of them do, right?
Right.
So there are several times that you need to sign this, right? And one time, it says the same thing, but it's Dr. Pepper. There was a minor spelling error on that time.
Okay.
What's the name of this company?
Yeah.
It's TLB Ltd. Limited, Import and Export.
Okay.
And there's someone else listed on it as president.
So I look at it and I can't help but laugh. I try and contain it, but I just laugh a little bit.
Right.
And I was just and then I, kind of clear my throat and I just go, try and get real serious, put my serious face on.
Right, but yeah. So he's continuing his story, Big Kai is. You vanish into the ether, you get locked up on that NAVFEC, and then Biotechnica announces this big breakthrough. The cleanup efforts are suddenly a huge success. And like a reverse fucking Atlantis, the Chromotech facility is raised from the ocean. And, Biotechnica and PetroChem are spending billions of dollars on what to everyone else seems like some fruitless endeavor. But then all of a sudden, like magic, it's paying off. And a bevy of new products starts pouring out of these facilities.
Yeah.
Right here. In what they're now calling Arcadia.
Yeah. Cool.
And suddenly the asshole of the universe is the hottest market in the Pacific with population growing exponentially, and the biggest corporations in a bidding war to get a piece of PetroChem's little corporate fucking nation state. Which brings me to the most unbelievable part of this story. Because somehow, and he opens that briefcase towards him, somehow that 2-bit hustler from the beginning of that story, his bullshit corporation, somehow from fucking corporate jail, this company gets bought up by another one, and he passes you the paperwork with another company that has bought up all of these funds all of a sudden, like the shares of this other company, and he gets his hands on a genuine shipping license for all of Arcadia. And he turns the briefcase around, and it is the Tanaka exec Salaryman X5. It is a briefcase with a cellular phone, a small personal computer, and a fax machine.
What?
Cool.
And he says, "Welcome to the family. You're going to go far, kid. I got a great feeling about this."
Probably
And we are going to move to Barb now, as you try to process all of that.
Oh my god.
So, sorry.
Yeah, you can ask questions, I guess,
Questions
while I...
now. Yeah.
Did Big Kai buy my Shady Corporation?
No, someone else, some public company did.
So
The
we don't
thing that
know
it
yet.
says, well, you have the paperwork in front of you, right? Mm-hmm. And the company is called Zygoptera, and there is its logo has an insect on it, and that's really all there is about it. It's just that this company, like, from what you can gather from this paperwork, is that a company was created in February, what seems like the day before the big job, in fact. You were put on there as vice president.
TLDR.
TLB.
TLB.
LTD.
LTD.
Import-export.
Right.
Import-export.
You were put on as vice president on some paperwork that you do not remember signing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Classic.
Classic.
That company was fully exchanged on the stock market with absolutely no interest for what is basically 4 months. So it just sat there,
Yeah, doing nothing.
not selling stocks.
Yeah.
Then, a month before you're let out, this other company comes in, Zygoptera, buys up all the shares, and
that company is
then-
responsible for all the imports and exports of this
Of Arcadia.
of Arcadia.
no.
Oh.
So essentially, we get into it a little bit more when we go back to your scene. But,
Okay, well, don't worry about it. We'll come back to it then.
well, I'll just explain briefly now, is that this area, because I maybe did a poor job of explaining it, it was bought up from the United States by PetroChem, and the exchange was based on the fact that the cleanup would occur. So it's still technically a part of the United States, but all kind of law for all intents and purposes, PetroChem is the de facto ruler of these Channel Islands.
Okay.
And with what you've heard in that story, with the cleanup effort and the sudden influx of these products through Biotechnica and PetroChem, that, because when in your campaign, the cleanup effort was going nowhere.
Yeah.
And, nothing was happening. But then all of a sudden, this enzyme gets created. The cleanup gets contained to just the area around, which I'll tell you now is called the scrub zone, which is the area around the ruined arcology. And all of a sudden, corporations are buying in to have a piece of this.
Yeah.
Because these these Channel Islands are now cleared for human, for human habitation, and construction is occurring everywhere, and PetroChem and Biotechnica have sole control over who gets in here. And some of the biggest corporations, are in a bidding war to try to get into this market.
Right.
And somehow, after Zygoptera bought up this company, you were issued a business license to operate inside of Arcadia. Contingent, it's like contingent to the two people that make up vice president and president of this company. So it's non-transferable.
Wow.
Okay. Cool.
Good luck.